The Gematria value of Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew, Bereshit bara Elohim et Hashemayim v'et haaretz, that means in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, is 2701. I went over this the other day. This value is derived by summing the numerical values of each Hebrew letter in the verse, as detailed in the Gematria system. So Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew equals 2701 in standard Gematria. Now, check this out. I'm telling you, man, what I'm about to show you, you should love Gematria after this, because you're going to know it's totally biblical, and God put it all in the Bible from the very first verse. Okay, so Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew equals 2701 in standard Gematria in Hebrew. Now, if you remember from the video the other day, if you add it to itself backwards, 1072, you get the special number 3773. Okay, now, if you take 3773 and multiply it, 37 times 73, you come back around to 2701. Now, why is 3773 a special number? Because 3773 are the numerical values for the word wisdom in Hebrew, and God created everything through his wisdom. Wisdom equals 37 in ordinal Gematria and 73 in standard Gematria in Hebrew, and this number is encoded in Genesis 1:1, where it talks about God creating everything. And he creates everything through his wisdom, 3773, which is Proverbs 3:19. But that's just the beginning to this number. What if I told you that this number, which is the very first verse of the Bible, has the rapture in 2025 encoded in it? What if I told you that? Well, watch this. If you take 3773 and multiply it like this, 3 times 7 times 73, see what we did there? You get 1533. Now we see the 153 fish there, right? We also see 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 3 there. When they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction comes upon them. That's when the rapture happens. That's when the 153 fish happen. But do you know what else this number is? Well, let's be fruitful and multiply 1533. 1 times 5 times 3 times 3 equals the square root of 2025. There's that 45 again. But wait a second. Let's multiply it twice. 1 times 5 times 3 times 3 times 1 times 5 times 3 times 3. Are you ready? Genesis 1:1, 2025. With the number 3773 from Genesis chapter 1, verse 1. You know what else the number 1533 is? The book of Genesis in the Bible contains a total of 1,533 verses. 1533. It is the first book of the Old Testament and has 50 chapters. There should be no doubt now that you know that Gematria is 100% biblical. And through numbers and Gematria is how God encoded 2025 and the rapture in the very first verse in the Bible.